How to overcome jealousy for a happier life. Knowing how to overcome jealousy is really about knowing how to overcome yourself. You may have ideas about who you should be, often based on very high or unrealistic standards that you see others emulating. When you are jealous of others, it's not because of how much they have, it's because of how little you perceive yourself to be. Now, with social media, getting likes and page views is the new gauge for popularity. Are people flocking to your profile? Are you keeping up with Instagram influencers? Are you marketing yourself properly? Do you have a personal brand? Do you have any following? Do you have all the latest things? Are you like your friends? Are you happy? Only one of those questions matter, whether you're happy or not. When you are jealous, it is difficult to let in positive feelings about yourself and life. You play a constant game of comparison with others, and everything becomes about competition. That leaves you with an ideal of who you can be, rather than feeling good about who you already are. It's good to always want to better yourself, but there is a limit. There is a point where you have to look at yourself and think you're enough. Otherwise, you will never really make it. Success will always be this elusive thing that you try to grasp when comparing yourself to others. You run a race that isn't your own and you let go of the person you are truly meant to be. The good news is that you can overcome jealousy for a happier life. You can still meet your goals and accept yourself along the way. You can stop checking for who is tricking you out on social media. You can breathe a little. You can learn to say no. You can value others while not wanting to become them. You can choose happiness that is about self compassion, fulfillment, and purpose. Things that lead you away from jealousy, and you can start now. Here are 5 ways on how can overcome jealousy and become happier in life. Number one, it's not about keeping up with the Joneses. Appearances are not everything. You don't have to follow what's shiny and new. You don't have to meet others' expectations of you. If you don't want to do something, say no. If you don't want to be something, say no. And if you don't want to just follow another's example, say no. You have the power to control your decisions, your destiny. If someone has everything perfectly together, they may not be all who you think they are. It may be an image or a facade. Because if you look deeper, everyone has flaws. Everyone has things about themselves that they don't like. You never know if someone may be looking to you as an example. You might be the person to lead rather than follow. Rather than seeking inspiration, be the inspiration. That's a game changer. You may fear rejection when you try to become like others, but what if you were comfortable with yourself to a point that others felt they could be comfortable with you too? What if everyone could let their guards down because of you? Maybe everyone's waiting to relax and be reassured too. Comparing yourself to others may be difficult to pull away from at first. Avoid triggers that cause you to compare yourself to others by not looking at someone's social media or taking a break to work on yourself. Avoiding certain people who put you down or doing something spontaneous rather than just following those around you. You can choose your life. You can find happiness. Number two, finding satisfaction. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about your life? If you are on the lower end, you are more susceptible to copying others. You don't have to prove anything to anything, though. If you find satisfaction with your life, be proud of it. As long as you can find some satisfaction, you can center yourself in what is good and right, and find some meaning in everything. You can overcome jealousy towards others and let your ambitions be your own. When you find satisfaction, you find a newfound love of life, and that is happiness. Being satisfied doesn't come easily. It's human nature to always want more, more stuff, more time, more achievements, more money, more. Instead, gratitude minimize envy. Be grateful to be here and you will see what's worth it. Are you prioritizing your life right? If you are feeling dissatisfied, you may have to readjust your value system. You may have to readjust your value system. It's not about your reputation, it's about your realness. Are you being honest with yourself in what you need? If not, start there. Start with what makes you happy without having to have a reason for it, without wanting more or thinking about what it can get you. Just fall in love with the life you live, then you will be satisfied. Number three, look to yourself, not to others. What if everything you are doing is actually right? If you are okay as you are, what if you have nothing to fear? Uncertainty and desperation are what lead people to copy each other. A lack of confidence keeps people from coming back to themselves and overcome jealousy. You might find out who you really are, or you might find out who someone else is. You can only choose one person to be. Choose you. It's not your fault that you may be feeling insecure. If you listen to the small voice within, you may find that self-love is what you need, not societal approval. But it's easy to mistake the two. When you feel like you have nothing of worth, you look to others thinking they have more. It's time to look to the person who knows you best yourself, and only you can represent yourself. Jealousy can lead you to look to anyone but you. This can harm relationships, cause tension, and cause added stress. But you have some control. Recognize when you are becoming jealous and work on mending the relationship you have with the person because jealousy happens to everyone. You just have to know when it's happening to you. Rather than pulling together traits, values, priorities, passions, etc. from another person, pull from within. Your happiness depends on it. So give up following the crowd because they may be going the wrong direction. It's time to take a step forward as the real you. Number four, being your own cheerleader. One day you won't look back and think, I'm so happy because of all my energy placed into other people. Instead, you will look back and think, I'm so happy because I got to be myself and live a full life. When you are your own cheerleader, you are also your own advocate. You speak up for what you need and you take care of yourself. No one can do it for you. Sometimes you may wait for others to validate you before you value yourself. Instead, try to stand tall with what you have, and you will go farther. When you motivate yourself by healthy means, you rely less on jealousy or competition to fuel you, and this allows you to overcome jealousy. When you get up each morning and decide that life is worth it, that decision changes lives. Perhaps those whom you look to are looking to you as well. You have to decide that your voice matters. Number five, realistic expectations. Everyone wants to be on the top. Everyone also wants the easy way to get there. But there's a better way than just being like everyone. You don't have to always have the answers to be authentic. You just have to have realistic goals. There's no easy way to anything, and if there is, it's most likely costs too much. When you choose the road best for you, it may be a lonely one.